20 years of trying, 20 years of frustration. Dale Earnhardt will come to the caution flag to win the Daytona 500. Finally.
Third-generation star Dale Earnhardt Jr. brings him to the flag. Checkered flag waving. It's over. It's Earnhardt.
He's going to do it. He's going to win the race and the NASCAR Sprint Cup Championship. California's Kevin Harvick does it.
You are the 2014 Sprint Cup champion.
The 24-year-old from Dawsonville, Georgia, is about to join his father, Awesome Bill, in elite company. Chase Elliott is a NASCAR Cup Series champion.
Ah! Ring that siren, boys! Yes!
And the 1991 winner of the Daytona 500 is Ernie Irvan, the Morgan McClure Chevrolet.
Morgan McClure Chevrolet.
What's up, bro?
Philip,
How are you?
happy Father's Day.
Thank you, sir.
Cheers to you. Because you're the only dad on this show.
No, we had a talk in our group chat. I'm like the only dad in there, and I'm old enough to be some of their dads.
I mean, I guess technically, no, I guess you couldn't be old enough. Yeah, I mean, you could. You would have been 19. Yeah, you are an old bastard.
Hey. That's
Here,
what
Philip,
I, you know,
read this comment for me.
the Fitness Gram Pacer test is a multi-stage aerobic capacity test that progressively gets more difficult as it continues.
I wish I had some mariachi music queued up. I should have. I didn't think about it. We were in Old Mexico this week.
You know, I'm going to say this before we really dig into it. Not good, but not bad. Like we were talking about it a little bit ago in our group chat. I would put it in the mid for the year, be right in the mid area.
It wasn't great. It didn't suck, but I can go a couple years before I see him back in Mexico.
But once again, the Xfinity race 100 times better than the Cup race.
Yeah, dude. A caution would have saved that race today.
Oh, 100%.
20 laps. Like
I don't think anybody had anything for SVG, no matter what they did. But
I think one guy did. I'm just gonna say that. I think one guy might have. That's all I'm saying.
Well, he might have.
I mean, started 12th in that last restart and went all the way up to 3.
He was digging. He got hit. He got slammed.
That's a wild statement. North Wilkesboro to me is still like top 3 races this year.
I'll agree with you on. I don't know if I'd say top 3, but I would say top 5 for sure.
I've got it number 2 right now on my best races of 2025. I have the Coke 600 All-Star race, then Atlanta. I've got this one in the bottom 3rd.
But I like your statement you said earlier. Like, we're overdoing the road course thing right now, I think. And don't get me wrong, I love road course racing. I think it's awesome. Today's race was cool because you had a little bit of everything. You had a little bit of the wet weather, the tire strategy, and all that going on. I mean, it was it made it cool to watch for a little bit, but then it just got boring.
I think what sucks is that they do these types of races like on the worst days. Because like we're going live at 9:00 tonight because today was Father's Day.
Mm-hmm.
We each had different things we had to get done today early that just wasn't feasible to do a show at noon like we normally do. But like what was the Mother's Day race too was kind of like the same way where you were just like wasn't a bad race, but by the time the race came on, you're just like, dude, I'm cooked.
Yeah, and I remember back in the day, they never raced Mother's Day weekend, but I think they've always raced Father's Day weekend.
They've always raced Father's Day, but wasn't it usually like Michigan or something? I just feel like
believe
it's always
so.
Michigan.
I believe so. They always ran the special Father's Day cars that had like "Thanks Dad" on the hood of them.
Yeah. You know what I also just realized is that we decided to go live at the same time the teardown is live. So our mistake there. If you're watching this after you watch the teardown, like, we fully understand.
Yeah, it
Oh,
happens. I'm
Chris
gonna kick
Lake
us
gets
off
too
with one of our well, thank you, T-Cot. I'm gonna kick us off with one of our usual things we do, our traditions.
Episode 34 means car number 34 history, Phil.
Yes, sir.
Kick it
So
off.
NASCAR Cup Series competition, the 34 car has started 1,183 races with 75 drivers and has 6 wins, 2 poles, 40 top fives, and 214 top tens. Wendell Scott has the most career starts in the 34 with 469, including 1 win in 64 at Jacksonville Speedway Park in Jacksonville, Florida. He's the first black driver to win a race in what is now the Cup Series and was the only black driver to until Bubba Wallace's 2021 Talladega victory. Scott's career was repeatedly affected by racial prejudice and problems with top-level NASCAR officials. However, his determined struggle as an underdog won him thousands of white fans and many friends and admirers among his fellow racers. After a bad accident at Talladega in 73, Scott was forced to retire. He died at age 69 in 1990 after a battle with spinal cancer. Scott was part of the 2015 class of inductees into the NASCAR Hall of Fame.
Rest in peace, Wendell Scott.
Yeah.
What's going on, Patrick? Welcome in.
69. Nice. David Reagan drove the number 34 for
Non-driving puck.
thank you. Drove the number 34 Ford for Front Row Motorsports until 2015. To date, he has 109 starts in the 34. Landon Castle.
Funny fucker.
I'm gonna just scroll through because there is a lot of these, so I'm not really gonna read through the whole list. I'll just kind of skim through. Joe Nemechek,
Could
Brett
qualify
Moffitt.
worth a fuck.
Yeah, so front row Joe. Sometimes the driving fuck. Busch Series driving fuck.
Who, Joe Nemechek or Brett Moffitt?
Yes.
Yes.
Chris Buescher, Reed Sorensen, Justin Marks.
Owning fuck.
Let me see. Landon Castle, Michael
Dude,
McDowell.
why do I forget the Chris Buescher flip?
Yeah. That's on here.
I'm looking at the picture of it. Why do I forget that flip?
He rolled pretty good too, if I remember correctly.
Well, now I'm looking it up, so you continue on. I'm just going to look this up real quick.
David Gilliland, Travis Quapple, Kevin Conway, Tony Raines, Robert Richardson.
Kevin Conway's famous extends car.
Yeah, that's he was always hard to pass. John Andretti, Chad Chaffin, Tony Raines, Brian Semo, Randy LaJoy, Mike Skinner, PJ Jones. Dick Beattie is best known for being NASCAR's director of competition from 1980 until his retirement in 92, or as Harry Hyde called him, NASCAR's top cop. Beattie had a short career as a driver as well, starting 35 of his 38 races in number 34 from 55 to 57.
34 been used like a Thailand street worker.
Gigi Spencer, Jim Roper. Other notable names in the 34, Dick Trickle for 4 starts, Todd Bodine for 3 starts, Speedy Thompson 2 starts, Magic Shoes Mike McLaughlin 2 starts, Charlie Glotzbach 2 starts, Fireball Roberts 1 start, Junior Johnson 1 start, Bill Amick 1 start, Gwen Staley 1 start, Joe Weatherly 1 start, Kevin LePage 1 start, Fonnie Flock 1 start, and
Dumb
Carl
driving
Long.
fuck Kevin LePage.
Pull out in front of the whole field, have an ass.
Oh man, what a list! What a list!
I knew it was going to be pretty big. I remember some of the cars. Like, I remember there's a picture of one of them, and I can't tell. Maybe it's a Chad Chaffin car, but their car always looked like this from like '05 to '08. It was black, silver, and like a bright blue.
Fuck, dude! I just got to the car number 35, and
It's the same way.
oh, good lord! Can't wait till next Sunday. So far, Alan Kowicki is the only guy for the car number 35. Kelly Yarborough that I'm seeing that might be worth the shit.
Darrell Waltrip.
When did Darrell drive the 35?
Darrell Waltrip drove the number 35 Tabasco car, my friend.
Oh, was he one of the Tabasco ones?
Yes, he was.
Wally Dallenbach, Onion was in it. Yeah, we'll go over that next week.
I believe. Am I right or wrong here? Am I living in an alternate reality?
Travis Pastrana one start might as well. Patrick's happy. Bubba got, well, I would say somewhat happy. Bubba got a top 15 on a road course, and Ryan Truex did a good job filling in for Daddy Denny. You mentioned Dick Trickle earlier, and it's something that I brought up in the group chat last week that I loved it on Prime's intro. They have Dick Trickle lighting a freaking cigarette in the car. I love that made the intro.
It's a little tribute to the man.
Prime's coverage has been great. I'm kind of upset that next week's their last week.
I really enjoyed the CW yesterday, though.
CW was good. Can I let me tell you one drawback, one complaint with Prime that I've got. Just one. Their camera cuts are not great. Because you'll see like some action happen on the camera they're already on. Like it starts and they're on that camera, and then they just switch it to a different camera. Like, whoa, no, go back.
They'll go into the corner like 3 wide, and then next thing you know, they're in a shot where it looks like they're like single file, but they're all like 3 and 4 wide behind it.
Yeah. It's the only complaint that I have about Prime is that and it's a work in progress, right? It's the first time they've been doing racing and all that. It's their first season of it.
See,
they get a pass.
Put Tristan's comment up there.
Corey LaJoy is my one complaint. Just kidding, don't tell Vince.
I don't agree. I think Corey LaJoy is absolutely perfect in that spot.
Corey LaJoy is great in that spot. That he's perfect there.
He has just enough knowledge to make the booth flow very well.
Yeah, and he's somebody who has the current car experience that can give you that insight. I'm not the biggest fan of what Corey says, not on the broadcast about racing in lower series and all that type of thing. And certainly in his last couple of years driving in that number 7, I wasn't the biggest Corey fan.
Non-driving fuck.
But I think he's perfect in that role.
But at the same time, I'm a LaJoy fan. Like I wish he would just drive.
He's great in any form of racing, just not in the car itself. All I saw today was Kyle Busch step on it. He stepped on it. And then proceeded to plow the shit out of Larson.
Oh, yeah. Justin Haley took a big shot there, too.
Tate, I'm just trying to figure out how to put you as a moderator in the chat. Something that Tate asked me this week. I told him I'd do it for him.
I thought overall, I thought, it was decent. The beginning of the race with would we go 1 lap and then it cautioned for rain.
Dude, we're sitting there at lunch with my dad, and I'm like looking down. I looked down at the phone to see what was going on in the race. I'm like, laps are counting down. Did we go green? But yeah, we went green for a quarter of a lap.
They were digging. They were digging.
I don't think Corey can't drive. He can drive. It's just he does a lot of boneheaded stuff, and I'm not talking necessarily on the track itself. It's his pit road blunders the last couple of years were freaking brutal. I mean, just driving right up into cars as he leaves his pit repeatedly.
My problem with him is that his ego overrides his driving.
100%.
I mean, that's the best way I could put it. I think he can drive. I mean, back in the day, K&N series, he killed it.
Good in the late model too.
Great in the late model, great in the modified. Just he's got his expectations too high, I think is the way to put it.
Phil's got a 1997 Randy LaJoie Busch Series champion shirt, allegedly.
Dude, don't get me wrong. I am a big Randy LaJoie guy. Always was. Yeah.
There was a hesitation there, Phil.
Driver-wise, no. Safety-wise, yes.
What the hell just happened outside my door? Hang on a second. Oh. We're going to have a visitor, maybe? Maybe.
Vacuum?
Come here.
Oh, it's thunder and the dog's there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just heard it.
Tate, I'm here. Can you open the door? Yeah, she doesn't like thunder. We actually just got her one of those thunder vests.
Yeah, we got one for my dog, too. My dog will be right here in a minute.
Yeah, it's good. We're getting some shitty weather the last couple nights.
Welcome to Florida summer, bud.
Yeah, Patrick said Corey can drive. He doesn't make the best decisions. I think that's what it comes down to.
100%.
In the time that he doesn't make the best decisions is usually when like an established front runner is around him. You just get a whole fan base on you.
Yeah, I'll agree.
She needs a thunder buddy, 100%. Host of our almost got his ass whooped today, Phil.
Times two.
I'm a big Harson Kosovar guy.
Big Harson Kosovar.
Dude, we've been saying that so much that now it's just sticking. I'm a big Carson Kosovar guy. However, he deserves to get his ass whooped.
Once again, let me repeat it. He makes dumb decisions. He can drive, but he makes dumb decisions.
And like the old days of Thunderline, he's a kamikaze driver.
Yeah. Kind of like my pappy was.
Like my pappy was. Yeah, I mean, and Carson's going to get his ass whooped. Stenhouse came into his car right after the race after... I'm going to do it again. After Hocevar completely missed the corner, went into the marbles, got loose, slid, took out Stenhouse. Stenhouse went right up to his door after the race, went in there, told him he's going to whoop his ass when he gets back in the States. Although in my head, I'm like, dude, you're right there. Do something now. Why wait?
Cartel's going to pick him up on the way back anyway.
But I'm just like, you can look at that. You can look at that and say, yeah, probably deserves to get roughed up a little bit. Maybe Stenhouse drives in a little deep in one of the turns in Pocono and takes him out. And he's going to deserve it. I don't want to hear any backlash about it. He's at the point now where he deserved it. Kind of like where Ross was a couple years ago, where he'd kind of drive in over his head a little bit. He kept taking guys out, kept taking out Denny. He deserved everything that he had coming to him then. So you've got to take your lumps, especially when you're young. It's how you learn.
100%. I mean, he's got the finishes that are showing that he can do it. You know, he's up front. He's running decent. And where did he end up today?
I ain't gonna let him kill my boy.
34th. So like today he was absolutely terrible, but like the last couple of weeks before that, look at he's qualifying up front, he's running up front, he can't put it together because of stupid stuff.
And I also count into effect that it's a road course and it makes up not even a quarter of the schedule.
Too much of the schedule.
Tristan, I was waiting on it. Last prime race is Pocono. Yeah, last prime. Then it goes to TNT with almost an unchanged broadcast. You'll have different graphics and stuff like that, but it's pretty much the same booth.
Junior's over there?
Yes, Harson Kosovar. I want T-shirts made that say Harson Kosovar. Kid's talented, just can't get out of his own way sometimes. I'm not a fan of his, but he's talented. He's 100% he's talented. He's getting a win this season. I just don't know when, but he's getting one this season.
He reminds me of dadgum Cole Trickle at the beginning of Days of Thunders.
I'm through it, Harry.
I'm through it, Harry.
I think Carson's got to take his lumps. I'm repeating it again. He's got to start taking some lumps. And it happens. It happens when you race like that. And I think Carson understands that. He seems like he's pretty much head on the shoulders, understands that he's going to get raced the way he races other people. He took out Ross Chastain early on in stage 1, I think it was.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was either 1 or 2, but he dumped him through the stadium section. And I immediately was like, oh, here we go. Chastain's already been in his ear a couple times.
Carl Edwards put it the best, I think. And it was on, I think it was on the pre-race show today. He said, the biggest problem with Hocevar is he's 100% go all the time. If there's a hole, he's going to push the issue. No matter what position it's for, he's going to push the issue and get in that position because that's what he knows. He's
right.
got to get out of that mindset. He's got to back up a little bit. And if you're that much faster, you and I talked about it on iRacing. If you're that much faster, just wait a minute. That guy in front of you is going to screw up at one point and let you by. And
sometimes slow is fast.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. And I mean, he's pushing the issue with, I think he's pushing the issue with the wrong guy. Number one, I don't think Stenhouse is going to
Ricky ain't going to put up with it.
No.
He's shown that.
I do want to say Hocevar, helmet of the year so far.
Dude, isn't that a sick helmet? That
helmet was
badass. The old floor mat racetrack deal.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, Tristan, can we talk about how good Ty Gibbs has been the last 2 weeks? And I think this is a great transition as we finish talking about the Cup side and going into the Xfinity side. Ty Gibbs had a really strong couple weeks. I think today he probably had the second best car next to SVG. It just, at the end, the way the caution fell, which I don't understand why Ty decided to stay out and why the crew kept him out, especially when they weren't going to gain or lose anything. The only thing they could have done was leap SVG for that lead. And I think if Ty gets that lead, it's over after that pit stop. They should have brought him in way earlier than they did. I just think Ty overdrove it after that caution came out. I don't know if you agree with me there. I just think
100%.
He tried to go too hard, too early on the tires, and just eventually he lost it all. Again, we can relate that to when you and I are iRacing, and you're like, don't try to make it all up in one corner. Let it come back to you, because once you make one mistake, you try to fix that mistake. Now you've made a second mistake, and it just keeps piling it up. But Ty has been really good. Ty looked really good yesterday in the Xfinity race.
Till that shit show of a restart.
And until the shit show of a restart. I thought he was a little too aggressive too early. And I think my issue with Ty Gibbs is in the Xfinity series, especially when he drops down now, he drives like the same arrogant kid he used to drive when he was full-time in the Xfinity series.
I don't like the move lap 1 of the race to put the bumper to somebody and move them.
No.
I'm not a fan of that. Like,
especially when you're now even though he doesn't have a win, but he's been there long enough, you're now an established Cup guy. There's no need to be going down to these lower series, and lap 1 you're just driving like an asshole.
Look at Suarez yesterday.
Suarez, wrecks the car in practice, keeps it clean majority of the race, finds himself in the lead at the end.
Other than telling Sammy Smith that he sucked getting on pit road and ran into the back of him.
But I mean, what I'm saying is, like, Suarez is a guy who understands, hey, patience. Patience.
He killed it yesterday. I mean, starting last at a road course and driving up that far, just, I mean, absolute. I understand that's a lot different, but you've got to time your passes perfectly.
100%.
You know,
100%.
I think it's going to take a little bit more to come through the field in a road course cleanly than it is an oval.
I don't know. I don't think any of them could drive this freaking track this week, except for SVG.
Dude, how about Chris Wright looking somewhat fast for a little while?
And then he wrecked. But remember, he gets us. Patrick, congrats SVG. Yeah, dude, SVG just dominated today. And we'll go back to the Xfinity Series here in a second, but the thing that bothers me with the SVG win today isn't the fact that, you know, he dominated, he won. Like, that was cool. That was great. My problem comes into it with he's 33rd, 34th in points. And now because he wins a road course, he's automatically locked into the playoffs. And it's like, he's not doing anything else anywhere while he is getting better. I'm sorry. I keep hearing so much background noise here.
You're good. I got the same thing going on over here. So,
but I've kind of lost my train of thought a little bit. But he's performing better on ovals, but he's still not. He's not finishing top 10s, top 5s, top 15s. He's still a back half of the points. Jesus. It's about getting nasty over here.
Oh, this thunder's rough, dude. That was the noises I had going on, or the dogs scattering behind me.
I'd also like to point out, I understand that's how the point system is, and they know what the point system is, and everybody knows what the point system is going into it. It does not change the fact that I think winning you're in is the biggest load of shit in NASCAR right now.
Well, it's like I said earlier, you know, it sucks, but we're going to go to Pocono and he's going to be running 25th, you know?
Yeah. And we'll get another.
And I like SVG. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I think today he showed he can drive in certain atmospheres, and road course racing is his atmosphere. You know, he's getting better, like you said, but he's going to go right back to running, you know, 20th to 30th, and you know, it's not going to be there. You watch, we go to Pocono this week, a different track, you know, that's kind of an off track, very road course like. He may surprise us. I don't know.
No, you watch next week at Pocono, and we're gonna have a thick fog roll in, and someone like, you know, Cody Ware or
Justin
Haley is going to end up getting the win. Now all of a sudden they're locked into the playoffs. Now we've lost another spot.
Jr.
You know, you go to Daytona, it's a crapshoot. Anybody can win that. You're going to have a John Hunter Nemechek win that. Now he's locked in. So it just bothers me. Atlanta, same way. Although I think Atlanta takes a little bit more skill right now than Atlanta and Talladega do, or Daytona and Talladega do.
I'll agree with that.
But it's frustrating. And I think even as a fan of, naturally a fan of Chase, like, it bothers me because we've grabbed the most points of any non-winner this year, and we still could be on the outside looking in if we don't win by Daytona. And at that point, you know, just for the example, SVG, John Hunter Nemechek, and Justin Haley and Chase Elliott, which one of those four is going to go further in the playoffs?
Chase Elliott.
There you go. It's bothersome in that aspect as a fan. There was nothing wrong with that Chase format, like that 2012, 2013 Chase format. It was, to me, it was perfect then.
Top 16 and you're in.
I'd still limit it to top 12, but
I mean, 12. Yeah.
That's an argument for another day.
Yeah, I mean, we've gotten into that. I agree with you on the 12. I'm just saying, like, the way it is now, top 16 in points and you're in.
Harrison Burton's Daytona win is the perfect example of it. Yeah, that's 100% what I'm comparing this to. What did Harrison Burton do in the playoffs?
Not dick.
Finished what? What was Harrison Burton's finishes last year in the playoffs? I'm genuinely curious. I'm
I think
looking
he
it up
had
now.
like one decent finish.
Racing reference. I'm looking this up because I want to have some sort of fact to back me on this one.
But no, we had some decent runs today. I will say, while you're doing that, out of our picks for pick'ems, I took both 3
Yeah.
points today because I took Ross, who finished
We both get
16th.
we both get 2 points for the sleeper, but you get the bonus for Ross.
Yeah, 16th place finish, man. We'll take it.
In the playoffs last year, where did the playoffs start? It was after Darlington, so it was Atlanta, Watkins Glen, Bristol. He had finishes of 31st, 24th, and 35th.
Dude,
Running in all of them.
Nasty out.
Dude, I keep hearing it in the background. It's like, it's bothering me that I'm hearing it in the background every time I'm talking. Not that it's NASCAR related, but Red Bull is protesting George Russell's win today at Canada. Whoop-de-fuck. I can't follow F1, man. Do you have those windows in your house? I'm missing the reference here.
Hurricane windows?
Maybe hurricane windows? I have a hurricane door. It's a heavy fucking door.
I have a couple hurricane. I have a hurricane door, a couple hurricane windows. Slowly installing.
Windows ain't cheap.
Windows ain't cheap. I just broke one in my house.
You just broke one? Like in the last week?
No, it was broke when you were here last week. You just didn't notice it.
Oh, my hat. No. I don't think so. I don't know. They're probably PG.
Oh shit! Apparently, I got a cat. Get out of here, you fucker.
Gregory Hells made y'all's windows. I did it for the Rock.
Joseph Newgarden just went for a ride in the IndyCar race.
Did he?
Yeah,
that's the other thing. The IndyCar's going right now too, isn't it?
Yep.
Dude, I've been so in tune to the Israel-Iran stuff. I've been watching live streams of that for the last 4 days.
Yeah, that stuff's crazy.
Well, you see, Cooper. I'm gonna pull up this comment here. You see, Cooper. That's why I'm wearing that there hat.
Chase Elliott's.
This actually fucking hurts. I don't even know where the damn brim is. Back to the Xfinity side, though. I mean, congrats on Suarez being able to outlast it. I saw some people in our group chat were comparing it to the Junior Pepsi 400 win.
And again, Ty Gibbs had Ty Gibbs had the best car. I mean, 100%. Ty Gibbs had the best car in that race yesterday.
I mean, I think Zilich did, but
it was between the two of them.
Zilich was about to tell Ty where to go if he hit him one more time.
Oh, dude.
I would have been all for it, too. Dude, there's so much background noise in this house right now. I got the freaking shark vacuum going. Got Gwen opening doors.
I can't hear nothing.
I can hear it, and it's bothering the hell out of me. You want to talk Michigan?
Let's talk Michigan.
We'll come back to Mexico City because there's some issues logistically that I guess we're gonna have to go over about Mexico. Who the hell won Michigan again? Denny Hamlin. Denny Hamlin won Michigan.
Yeah, he wins Michigan and then misses the race this week.
He wins Michigan and then goes, all right, I'm out.
Yeah, which we didn't talk about. Congrats to him, baby boy.
Yes, sir. Ryan Truex filled in today for him. He did say that if the baby's not here by Thursday, he ain't going.
And he didn't run bad. Like, I mean, he finished 20 something. He was on camera a bunch because he hit everything but the pace car, I think. But
let's talk about this for a second. I love that he brought that line back. I beat your favorite driver. NASCAR needs a heel so bad, and Denny Hamlin fits the mold so well.
I like that he said, "Sorry, Daddy."
Sorry, Daddy, but I beat your favorite driver. Which one, Danny? All of them.
All of them.
No, shout out Denny. Byron had a really good car in that race. God, we got to do big junk for Michigan too, don't we?
I don't remember much of Michigan.
That's the problem. It was a week ago. I'm struggling to remember.
We were here.
We were there. Oh, who? Alex Bowman. Alex Bowman's big junk for Michigan.
Oh yeah,
Bowman hit that wall a ton.
Yeah, we'll agree on that one now. Now I remember.
Glad he was okay after that one. Truly. Carson
he had a
heel too. Yeah,
driver on standby for today.
What's that?
Bowman still had a driver on standby for today.
Yeah, it was
Alfredo.
Anthony Alfredo. I like how all these teams are using their sim guys to be the backup drivers.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Cooper, when we getting you back on the show? Cooper, you're a fun person to have on the show.
He's like a PG-13 version of Victor.
Yeah, he's a much more tame Victor. Man, I'm trying to think of more stuff. I mean, I got pissed off at Alan Gustafson a bunch of times.
That's typical, though. I mean,
you
left here very silently.
Bro, because like they get to the front because of pit strategy, and then everybody behind them pits, they stay out. Then the next caution, they're the only car that comes to pit road. They just stay the fuck out now. You've made your bed. I don't know. Just frustrating.
Did you see his child designed car for Atlanta?
I did. I like it.
That's pretty cool.
I like it. It's of all the ones, it's probably my second favorite one that they've come out with. Yeah, I was a little pissed last weekend.
I was scrolling through a little bit of news of anything that's been going on. Cam Waters will not attempt Chicago race like they thought he was going to. Rick Allen is now on Cars Tour broadcast, which is phenomenal.
Because your boy's doing some of the Xfinity stuff or the ARCA stuff.
Eric Brennan. Travel issues, shuffle on track activity. Yeah, we'll talk about that again.
Here's something. Mexico City post-race inspection is complete, and there are no issues. No cars will return to the R&D. That's a rarity. Is it because of the travel issues?
Probably.
Let's talk about some of that. All the haulers got there fine. I thought it was weird that they had to take off decals of the haulers that had like alcohol sponsors, nicotine sponsors. But the plane that was going to take like half of the industry to Mexico City got delayed by weather. Who's Rick Day and what are we talking about a tent?
He's a local racing guy. You got to understand.
Okay. I had Tab Boyd going off on Twitter yesterday about being in Mexico. I mean, his money was basically stolen, and he keeps getting haggled every time he leaves. I just think we need a couple year break now from the whole Mexico thing. I don't think it's an awful idea to go international.
There's so many tracks out there that you can go to, though.
I mean, even schedule wise, I talked to you about this. I don't understand why we don't have the Mexico race after Texas or following an off week.
Or Phoenix.
There's so many different places that could have logistically made sense other than going from Michigan down. And then they got to go from the Chicago street course straight to Sonoma. Like that's an awful trip.
Talk about cross country. And they were making it out like on one of the things I was watching. Oh my God.
NASCAR in Ukraine in 2027. It's brutal.
Pop-off vodka 250.
Oh my God, man. I'm not posting that one. That's the comment that's not getting put up.
I bet there was, though. I bet there was.
Who we giving big junk to for Mexico? Kyle Busch.
I think Kyle Busch gets it 100%.
Kyle Busch gets big junk.
I mean, the only other honorable mention would be Parker Retzlaff.
Dude, I was thinking Retzlaff on the way home, and then I'm like, you know what? It's got to be Kyle Busch because
he took out Larson.
That guy can't catch a break.
He cannot catch a break, like, no matter what he does. And, like, the crazy thing was you watch from Zane Smith's view of that, and he was following Kyle into the corner, and Kyle committed so late, so he did. And they both just went, I mean, dude, it was like straight bowling ball mode.
I'm just trying to look through our standings for Big Junk. Currently, the two leaders are now Ty Gibbs and Kyle Larson, 2 apiece. Everybody else has 1.
Fantasy. Do you want to move into that next?
How much tahine was spilled today? NASCAR 2027. Yeah, fantasy. I don't know if this is actually updated with like today's race, but Kyle Larson's iRacing account's first. It's Vince, Ryan Shrek 12 second, Manda Love third, King J Hip Racing 3 fourth, One Blue Weston 5th, NASCAR's Consistency myself 6th, Ruggs Motorsports 7th, Jackhammer JT 8th, Cole the Bull 24 9th, Door Bumper Not Clear Brandon 10th, Priscilla 11th, Mr. Excitement Phil 12th, Casual Chaos 13th, 14th is Dale's Mustache, 15th is Junior's Wild Bandits, 16th is Victor, 17th is Tate, 18th is Josh's Berries.
Had a decent day today.
You want to go over today's standings? Ruggs Motorsports first, Vince second, myself third, Shrek fourth, Cole fifth, Brandon sixth, King J Hip seventh, Phil eighth, One Blue Weston ninth, Jackhammer 10th, Manda Love 11th, 12th, Priscilla 13th, Casual Chaos, 14th, Dale's Mustache, 15th, Junior's Wild Bandits, and the next 3 didn't even set a lineup.
Didn't even qualify.
Didn't even qualify. DNF'd. DNQ'd.
Michigan, though. Michigan results were...
you can go over Michigan if you want to because you finished third there.
I finished second, sir.
Oh, you finished second there.
Yeah. King J Hip Racing got the win. I got second. Kyle Larson's iRacing account, Vince, third. Cole the Bull, 24. Ryan Schreck, fifth. Man to Love, sixth. Ruggs Motorsports, seventh. NASCAR's Consistency, eighth. Dude, you had an off week. Door Bumper Not Cleared, ninth. Jackhammer JT. One Blue Weston. Dale's Mustache. Casual Chaos. And Priscilla, 14th. We had 4 DNQs on the next one.
DNQs. I don't know if you did what I did today, but I just went with guys that like are good at road courses, and I have not really used this year.
Similar. I mean, I went with SVG, Ty Gibbs, Michael McDowell, AJ Allmendinger, and Daniel Suarez.
I pretty much had the same lineup. What else we got, Phil?
Pocono coming up.
Pocono.
One of the most boring racetracks to be a part of and be at.
I will say, if you missed it this week, go back and watch our episode from Monday night where we had Brayton Laster on. He actually put our decal on his Berlin car yesterday on the back bumper TV panel.
TV
I think
panel.
Yeah. So shout out to him. Thank you. Awesome show with him on Monday. Such a cool dude.
Yeah, really cool. He's just a down to earth regular guy.
100%. 100%. You can read it, Phil.
Imagine the amount of Vegemite consumed and kangaroo fucking going on tonight.
I think Cooper's had a couple garage beers tonight. Oh, man. Anything else you want to talk about?
No, man. Other than that, no big news. Other than the loss of Travis Carter this week, that was about the only news we had.
That was unfortunate.
Long time person in NASCAR.
Yeah, that one sucks. They all suck, but that one sucks.
Other than that, no trucks. No trucks till Pocono.
Yeah, we have a triple header this weekend. We're gonna have a lot of shit to go over. Jesus, Tristan.
The team owner of the 75 truck passed away.
I saw that. On I think it was Twitter this morning. I saw that.
Yeah, they announced it yesterday, I guess. Other than that, no, nothing big, nothing happening. Hung out with the family for Father's Day.
Same.
That's about it. Watched the race with my dad.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if there's anything else.
I'm just reading through these comments over here, and
oh no. No.
Can't do it.
I think we've hit that point, Phil, where we just need to wrap this thing
I
up.
think so. I think we need to just call it on that note.
Oh my gosh. Hey, you're off next Sunday?
Yeah, I believe so.
It's normal times next week. We ain't gonna do anything crazy. It's just kind of tough when a holiday coincides with the race.
Yep.
But we'll be back normal time next week. I would not expect any middle of the week show this week. Other than that,
dude, you see this lightning coming in my window?
Yeah,
right by your behind you?
Yeah, I see it. I know it's coming here. Y'all aren't off on Thursday. The hell is Thursday?
Juneteenth.
Oh gosh. Nope. Not doing it. Not doing it. We're not going there. Make sure you follow, subscribe, like us, share us, give us thumbs up, help us grow the community out. Share with your friends, let them know. Other than that, before the power gets knocked out here or my internet goes offline, I'm out of here.
Thank you, everybody.
We'll see you guys next week. Take it away, Victor. When I pull it up.